You're not stupid, you're not different, you're not unlucky, you're none of those things. You are no different than me. You're no different than the millionaire trader who makes a bunch of money, is living in Dubai with a beautiful wife. You are no different to anyone else, okay? What it is that you are uneducated on how to use Fibonacci retracements properly, okay? Now, is there an easy fix? Absolutely. You can just learn how to use Fibonacci correctly, which is what we're going to do in this video. I'm going to very humbly do my best to try and show you how, when, why, and what levels you need to be paying attention to and how to actually trace your Fibonaccis. So, I'm not going to give you a 25-minute video. I'm not going to give you a really long intro giving you a profile story of who I used to be, how my life has changed. No, none of that. I am going to show you how to use Fibonacci. Let's not waste any more time. First off, before we even touch any charts, we need to look at what levels. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 on the third one, click the little arrow. You are on trading view, okay? And then you're going to click on the very first one, Fibonacci retracement. Click it and then expand it. This is how I've got mine, okay? Let me tell you why, how, and what. So first off, click it and then click the little settings icon. Yours is not going to look like this. If you've never used it before, you are probably going to have a bunch of colors, bunch of numbers, lines everywhere. It's going to be a bit mad. You need none, like you can't argue this. You need 0.618. You have to have it. Okay, 0.618 and 0.5 are the levels you are going to need, whether you like it or not. Okay, now me personally, for my own trader preference, this is not a rule, this is not written in some book that you need to read. This is me telling you as a day trader who lives from this and makes money from this every single day. This is what I use for my trading. I've got the 0.65 level. Why? Because if you watch my videos, you will see I don't like trading a single line. I like trading an area. Okay, and then here I have my golden pocket, which means that when the price goes inside this box, I really want to go short or long. Okay, it gives me an area to play with rather than a single number, rather than a single line. Okay, this is what most people call golden pocket. There's some people have a 0.65. I've got there's some that have 0.65. There's some that have 0.66. I don't really care. You can do your own research. I personally have 0.65. Next, what else do you have? In theory, okay, if you really wanted to, you could have the 0.382. What does this mean? It means that the price is coming crashing down, and then if this is a really big move down, and market makers, if you don't know what market makers is, I've made a whole entire free course in YouTube in which I show you everything about trading. If you don't know what market maker is, go and look at that, because that's the very first thing. Market makers don't really want to push the price up so much. They are in a rush to keep moving the price down. They will make it only around to this area and then push down. Okay, really important thing that you need to know right now. Do not use this on its own. If you use Fibonacci on its own, you are going to lose money. Okay, you need to add things together. What does this mean? For example, okay, this is why which level is going to be better. Well, on its own, if I just purely look at Fibonacci and that's it, the most relevant level, the level I want to pay most attention to, is always going to be 0.618. That is where most of the times the price is going to go to. The others, you could argue they're not as useful, but you still need to have them on, because the price is also going to give you reactions. Now, you can be waiting for the price around here, but you also need to be paying attention to things like an exponential moving average, a previous support or resistance, where a previous high or a previous low is, a fair value gap, an order block, all of these different things, okay? Let's say, for example, if you're just trading Fibonacci and that's it, you might have your order waiting right there. Okay, you're like, okay, I'm waiting, I'm ready. The price always goes to the 0.618. I've seen it, I know it, but you're completely ignoring the fact that on, I don't know, on the 0.5, you have got a fair value gap, you've got an order block, you've got a really big resistance, you've got, I don't know, from a bigger Fibonacci, which is one thing that we are going to look at later on, you can overlap Fibonacci's and get really good information. You might have bigger numbers, bigger stuff going on at the 0.5, and because you're not looking at that, you're only going to be waiting for it there, and you're not going to go in your trade. Okay, so what is the fix to do that? I've done a whole course in which I tell you every single thing about any concept when it comes to trading, at least the ones that I personally use. Okay, let's see, what else can you add? You've got the 0.382. I don't really use it very often. I just turn it on and off. If not, it just makes it really noisy, really, too much shit in my chart. So I'm going to turn it off. Next, I've got the 0.702. Now, why this one? I know you might say, I've never seen this before. This guy's waffling and click off. Cool. This one's mostly used in crypto. What does it do? It's basically one where if you know what market maker is, if you know what liquidity is, in the example I've just given you, most people are going to put their stop loss on the 0.618. They're also going to go to ChatGPT and then say, is 0.65 a good number to have on your Fibonacci? And they're just going to place their stop loss like this. Okay, they're going to place the stop loss above the 0.65, and then with the take profit there, and their entry point on the 0.618. What's the issue with that? Well, there's liquidity there now, and a lot of times the price is actually going to slightly deviate from your golden pocket to then give you the reason. Okay, so how do you fix that? The 0.702. okay, it's a number I personally use it for my trading, and I'm actually going to show you some examples in which it's actually being used and it's actually working right now. It gives you a bit of margin, it gives you a little bit of room. The price is often going to go here, touch the 0.702 and then move down. This is specifically mostly aimed at crypto. Okay, maybe if you use it on a regular stock, it's probably not going to work so fine. This is mostly fine-tuned where I have my most experience, which is crypto. Okay, so having said that, there's one more thing which might be actually ruining the way that you trade. Okay, let's click on, this is exactly how I'm going to leave mine, because that's how I roll with it and that's how I use it every day. Scroll all the way down. There's this little box that you might think is useless. It's actually really not. If you click it off, which you are probably going to have it off, just look at what the Fibonacci is doing. It's changing where it is. If on your right hand side on this column, you've got the L in white, you need to have this on. If you have not got the L, that means you take, oh, hold on, need to put it on to then take it off. If I'm not using this L, take it off, this is off. You need to have your Fibonacci matching with whatever chart you are looking at. If you're using the logarithmic chart, turn it on, cool, go on settings, Fib levels based on log scale, turn it on, and then your Fibonacci and the actual price scale are going to be talking to each other. They're both going to be speaking in the same language. Okay, I'm going to show you an example actually right now. I've actually marked it out, I'm not entirely sure where I've put it. There we go. Let me just show you, okay, what happens when you don't do this. Okay, so that's another reason, if you want a whole video telling you which one you should use, the A or the L, which one's which, why this, why that. Let me just show you this. In this specific example, I'm using the L, I'm using the logarithmic scale, and my Fibonacci is, if I click, with this ticked on. Okay, if I tick this off, okay, first off, let's just look. Price has come down, has come all the way up exactly at my golden pocket. Okay, exactly. I'm now going to take this off and we haven't made it. If I'm not paying attention to that really small detail, I can trace this, which is traced perfectly fine. That's a good trace. Okay, you've done your job good. This is a good job. But because of that little small detail, you're going to leave your limit order exactly here, and you're never going to go into this order because you're looking at the wrong thing. Your Fibonacci and your price scale are not looking at the same thing. Man, you're wasting money. It's happened to me a lot of times, and I'm sure it's happened to you as well. Now, if I magically turn on my price scale and my Fibonacci so they speak on the same language, I've exactly touched my 0.618 level. Okay, this is just a really quick example that I just wanted to show you so that you actually see what I mean, what is actually going on. Let's see now, I'm going to give you another example just to prove to you that I'm not going crazy and just to show you a little concept of Fibonacci clusters. Okay, so right now on the price of Bitcoin, we've got one big push down, which is composed of what? It's composed of one push and then another push. Where do I trace my Fibonacci from? Do I trace it like this? Or do I trace it from this recent high? Which one's correct? Which one's which? Why do I do one? Why do I do the other? Okay, well, you actually do both. I personally do both. Some of the best things that you can see are going to be when you've got two different Fibonacci levels landing in a very similar area or in a really, or in the exact same spot. Okay, it's going to be a really good complement. So what am I going to do? I'm going to trace a Fibonacci retracement from this smaller push down, from this really big top all the way down to the bottom. And we're going to see something really interesting. Where did we have our deviation to? Where did the price deviate a little bit to? To the 0.702. Okay? Like I was telling you, this number is not random. I'm not showing you this if I didn't use it. If I thought it was useless, I wouldn't make a whole YouTube video about it. Next, okay, I'm going to do the exact same thing, just extended for the bigger version. What am I going to be able to see? Okay, I can see on the micro, so on this smaller push down, this represented the 0.702. On the bigger push down, I can see exactly we have made it to the 0.618. So what does this mean? This means that I have two Fibonacci levels sitting in the exact same area, or in this little zone right there. How am I going to trade this? Well, if I just traced it like this, saying, okay, that's the most recent push down, well, I think I'm just going to go short on the 0.5. No. Okay. You now see, okay, the most relevant level is always going to be the 0.618. Okay, pause. What happens if I extend it and use the whole push down that I've had? Okay, I can see that the bigger 0.618 level lands very nicely, very closely to my 0.702. So what does that mean? That means I've got an area I can work with. I haven't got a line, which is what I was just telling you. I've got an area that I can work with, which tells me what? Which tells me, let me just delete some stuff so it's not as noisy, which tells me I have got the place where there is going to be the most probabilities of a reaction. Okay, now you can do exactly what you want. Okay, if you're looking in your area ends up being like this, then it's a bit harder to have a stop loss just like this. But what you could do is if you've got, I don't know, $100 or $1,000 to do one single trade, you can do, there's $50 right there on short, and then here, if we make it all the way here, there's another $50 on short. This means my average price is going to be around here in the middle. Okay, that's option one, which means averaging out your trade to be able to cover this whole area of interest, which is the one that we have just identified. Or what you could do is just wait for the price to hit the halfway point of this little box that you really like, and then place your short position right there. Okay, now imagine what would happen if now on top of that you would see a fair value gap right there, and an order block, and a fixed range volume profile, high volume node, all of these different things. I'm not going to show you right now because I don't want to baffle you. I don't want to break your brain. Okay, but I am going to be doing a little series of videos like this one in which I'm going to be going more and more in depth about things that I think some traders are doing wrong. Now, don't get me wrong. I say this in the most humble way possible. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've lost a lot of money trading, and now, thanks to God, I actually managed to trade for a living. Okay, so now I want to try and help people to show them how they can trade. Okay, because if I've managed to do it, you are also going to be able to do it. I have made a completely free course in which I show you from the basics all the way up to more complex things about what trading is, what market maker is, what Fibonacci is, what fair value gap is, what liquidity is, how to manage your positions, what a stop loss is, what the best exchange is for you to take your trades, how an exchange works. I've gone into absolute detail, okay, completely for free, because I want to help you. Okay, so there's this course. It's in my YouTube channel. It's a time investment, but if you don't invest time, then you're not going to get nowhere. Okay, so having said that, make sure you pay that little course a watch. It's completely free, and yeah, basically I'll just see you on a different video. And I really do hope, please let me know in the comment section what you think of this video, and if you've actually learned something, or if you just wasted your time. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye.